Hey guys, it's Phil. I help people to overcome social anxiety, build more confidence in themselves as well as around people, transform their lifestyle, and all these great things. So, something that I've realized is that the best things in life happen when you're actually being yourself and you're naturally giving value, but you're not expecting anything back. So right now, my own fear, my own ego, they're making excuses. This is what my excuse making victim complex says. We all have this part of us. I just choose to not engage mine and live from a place of strength as best as I can. So mine says that I'm not a morning person. I'm the kind of guy that starts off the day feeling tired and lethargic, but builds energy throughout the day. So every hour of the day, my energy is higher than the previous, especially after I've had some conversations, exercised, these kind of things. So my excuse making part of my brain is saying that my energy will be less good for YouTube right now compared to later in the day. You're going to look less cool. You'll look less of a good coach if you make a stream now when your energy might not be your 10 out of 10 best. Get a bit of better lighting. This is what the excuse making part of my brain's saying. But the key thing that I teach to my clients and that I live and breathe myself is discipline. You have to not listen to the excuse making part of the brain and be able to be yourself and give value no matter what mental and emotional state you're in. So life's too short to be stressed and trying to control all the small details. You have to always be ready. Curveballs can be thrown your way at any moment. You have to be able to handle it. And in improv comedy, which is a hobby of mine, something I've done for several years and I'm getting back into. So when you do an improv comedy, what the teacher says is that it's always your turn. Whenever it's a scene, you have to be willing to step in and get involved at every single moment. So it's always your turn. You're always ready. You're never thinking, I'll let these people speak first, then I'll come in later on. You're ready to go at any moment. So you have to get past the excuse making part of the brain. Something which I learned years ago from a book that I read on mindfulness actually was that motivation follows action. So when you find a discipline to take action, regardless of what the excuse making part of the brain says, regardless of the inner resistance, motivation comes after the fact. So what I'm doing is challenging myself so that I'm always growing. I've always been a hard worker and I'm a very, very, very committed coach. What I've done is thought, how can I improve even further? What can I do to bring out a better level as a coach, as a person? And I've changed my morning routine for this purpose. So in the past, what I would do is I'd get up quite slowly, take it fairly chilled, have some breakfast, have one or two coffees to wake myself up for the day. Then I'd have a shower, get ready, and crack on with my stuff. But I realized that there's some dead time there that could be repurposed and use to give more value. Maybe I could connect to my purpose on an even deeper level, work even harder, see where my own limits are, and push past my own inner resistance even further. So I've changed my morning routine to get up straight away when the alarm goes off, rather than 30 minutes after. To jump straight in the shower rather than have breakfast first. And after having the warm shower, cold shower. Then I have my coffee and just get on with my stuff straight away. So I'm ready in 45-minute tops. Probably can do it in 30 minutes. And that saved me quite a bit of time. And the new routine that I'm building is actually written on this whiteboard behind me. It's to get up at 7:30 a.m. each morning, to make a YouTube live stream from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. This is my routine for next week. Then spend an hour recording content, an hour to sort out my admin and uploading. Then I run 5K. I do my strength training workout. Then I run 5K back, have some food. Then I get on with my coaching, other business tasks. I do a full hour of meditation. Then I relax for the evening after quickly tidying my room. And 1 to 2 evenings a week, I go to a social group, whether it's a networking event for business, meeting up with a few friends, family, socializing in groups twice a week. So this is a more advanced version of my routine, which is going to be more productive and require me to shatter more of my own inner resistance, which always comes from ego and fear. And I believe this will make me even more productive, and I'll have even more value to give. So I'm going to share a few great things that happened yesterday. So yesterday was a holiday for me. I did not go out yesterday with any agenda. I went to meet a friend who I used to coach. I coached for a full year, a guy called Sonny, and his testimonials on my YouTube channel. So I met him for coffee just to catch up, see how he's getting on, have a laugh and joke. No further intentions beyond that. So I'm chatting to Sonny in this coffee shop, and we're having a really open and flowing, deep conversation. Two people that are both open, confident, truly being themselves, and there's this great natural flow to the conversation. A guy on the table next to us, he really likes the energy and the conversation. He finds it very, very engaging. And he said to us, "Hey, excuse me, don't mind if I interrupt, but I couldn't help but overhearing the conversation. And I thought you were both making some really, really interesting points." We were talking about everything, whether it's relationships, facing fears, growing in confidence, beating the ego, living your best life. We were talking about all these different aspects of life, mental health, being vulnerable. And this guy was just inspired by the conversation. Guy in a different table in the same coffee shop. He joined in our conversation, got to know us. And I didn't ask him if he wants to do my coaching. I mentioned naturally that I do have my own coaching business. I used to coach Shunny, and we're friends now. And the way my business works is that I offer people a free 2-hour coaching session, and then some of those people get a lot of value from the session and want to do more coaching on a paid level. And he said he would love to try my free 2-hour coaching session. So he's messaged me since then, and I'm going to tell him my available time slots for March. So I wasn't in that coffee shop trying to get more tasters and more business. I was just being myself, naturally giving value, having a conversation with my ex-client and friend Sonny, who actually is interested in coming back to me for more coaching in the future on a business level, because he's got ambitions to build his own business and help other people out in his way. Then you won't believe the second part of the story. Sounds too good to be true, but it's the honest facts. So I was going to a public speaking course that I'm doing, which I do every single Wednesday, as a way to keep on growing as a person, facing my own fears. And on a little side, I think the best way to coach other people is for you to go through the things that they're going through, to give them that inner strength and inspiration and honest insight. So it's really, really fresh, because I'm able to conquer the same challenges that the guy I'm coaching is what he's looking to conquer. So anyway, I was on the way to this public speaking course, and I got myself a meal deal from a Tesco Express en route. And the coffee machine wasn't working as it should do. So I pressed cappuccino on the Costa Express machine, and it just poured out pure froth with no coffee. So I made eye contact with the security guard there, and I said, "Oh, hey, excuse me, the coffee machine actually just poured out froth in this cup, but not coffee. Is it okay if I get myself a different coffee from the machine and just discard this cup?" And he said, "That is fine, but you'll need to take the receipt you've got to customer services, and they'll sort it out, and you can get yourself another coffee." So I was like, okay, that's just the way it is. So I did that, and I was getting my second cup of coffee, and it was working, but the machine was running incredibly slowly. And of course, I could see it was going slowly, and the security guard could see it was going really, really slowly, and we were laughing about it. So we got chatting, and he asked me if I was a student at the University of Birmingham, because there's a Tesco Express near there. And I told him that back in the day I used to be. I studied biosciences here, then did a PhD. But nowadays I've got my own coaching business, and I'm helping people out with social anxiety to get more confident, make friends, feel connected, and play to their strengths in life. And he said, "Oh, no way, that sounds super interesting. I moved here from Pakistan 1 year ago with my wife, and we don't go out, we don't have friends. And because of that isolation, I felt a lot of anxiety creeping up inside me." And we had this great chat for maybe 10 minutes, where I was talking about how isolation is the root cause of social anxiety. And I used to be very, very, very isolated with no friends for quite some time. And when I connected more to myself, connected more to other people, the difference that made to my mental health and self-esteem was huge. So we had this really honest conversation, because we were both being vulnerable, like I was being with Sonny, and we were sharing our pain, but from that strong place. Like, I used to have the social anxiety, and I know it's really challenging when you're isolated. Because of the vibe, the energy exchange that was going on, he was really, really interested in me as a coach. And he said that, I really like the energy, and I really relate to the stuff you're saying. Do you have any events on? Is there any way I can get involved with what you're doing? So I told him about my meetup group, where I run in-person events to help people with social anxiety get more confident, being themselves, not be afraid to feel afraid, not be afraid to be quiet and have to warm up into the conversations. So I told him about my meetup group. I also told him that I offer people the first coaching session for free, try before you buy policy. And he said he would definitely be down to try my free coaching session and experience the value that he gets from this. And he's messaged me since as well. So basically, 2 taster sessions set up in a day where I wasn't even trying to get tasters, and also reconnected with an ex-client that is interested in doing more coaching with me in the future. I know from a business perspective that every time I get a taster, there's a decent chance of it leading to a sale, because I trust myself as a coach and I know that I can give that person tangible value. So every time I get a taster, it's worth at least £200. So I know that yesterday, technically, without even trying, from those 2 guys, the guy in the coffee shop and the security guard, there's basically £400 of value there. And also with Sonny, he might work with me for another full year on building a business in the future. This is a day where I was on holiday, just being myself, naturally giving value without expecting anything in return. And people can sense that in the vibe, in the energy. They like it and they want to buy the energy, which is kind of crazy. But it's also true. And it's really interesting that when I first met Sonny, he was my first long-term client. I wasn't expecting it. I really wasn't expecting it. It was a chance encounter and it just happened like that. It just happened. But if I'd had a failure mindset, if I'd let my ego and fears get in the way, and I wasn't delivering value and be myself in those moments, none of those things would have happened. I wouldn't have got my first long-term client in Sonny. I wouldn't have got the 2 tasters yesterday. If I was a closed-off person, I wasn't putting myself out there, nothing would have happened. A lot of people are scared to put themselves out there and then not get a result. Like, what if I go for it, I try and give value, put myself on the line, and I get nothing back? People are afraid to be vulnerable and do this because they want something in return. And this comes from the ego as well, the idea of needing something back. But if you really appreciate people, you're just enjoying giving, it's nice and light, you don't need anything back, you're connected to your purpose and you're doing you, you do get things back when you're at a high level. Now, when you're still growing a lot as a person, maybe you're giving less value than you think you're giving, which might mean that it might take you longer to get results, to get something back, whether it's getting clients for your business, finding dates for a relationship, whatever you're looking for. When you're at a certain level where you're still developing a lot, you've got several mountains to climb, it may take you a while to get your breakthroughs and your wins. And of course, when you're operating at a higher level, of course, it's the results come through more frequently, but you're still putting the work in, you're still taking action, you're still giving value. Like this live stream right now. And you can look at my YouTube, my Instagram, TikTok, social media, and you can see that I'm a guy that is just genuinely being himself and putting value out there and learning and growing all the time. So my whole business is based on in-person networking and in-person events. Social media is a second business. And in social media, I have to come into it as a newbie, someone that's willing to learn. I have to remove my own ego and my fears and enjoy the process. I have to be patient. In person, when it comes to networking and events, I can make sales fast, get clients, get results. I can go out there and make a few £1,000s in a weekend if I really go for it in person. But social media is slower. Social media is going to take more time. And I'm okay to go through that process. And it could be a random video, like a live stream right now, something I record on the Canon, not expecting it, just thinking that this might help somebody out. This video right now might inspire someone to do something a bit differently, and that might change their lives. Me doing what I'm doing, I know that I'm going to put something out there that's going to help somebody out, and at some point in the future, something will come my way as a result of that. So you have to trust, and you can't give up when you don't see immediate results. It might take you several years of consistent hard work and discipline to get results. When I was speaking to Sunny yesterday, one topic we spoke about is how long it takes to actually transform as a person, become socially confident, feel good in who you are, and start to crush your life. And we agreed that somewhere between 6 months and 3 years, if you're 100% committed. If you're not 100% committed, it's longer, more like 7 years to 15 years. So if you're 100% committed, you're all chips in, you've put your entire future, your entire fortune on achieving success and you're going for it, even then, it's 6 months to 3 years of discipline, graft, hard work, going for it, keeping on going, regardless of the results you're seeing or not seeing. It's that level that you have to take your life to actually get life-changing results. It's the honest truth. Most people don't want to hear it. They want me to tell them that in a couple of months down the line, you're forever going to be a different person, but it isn't reality. And I hate to burst that bubble, but also I know you're going to thank me later. It would be bad coaching if I said that in 2 months down the line, you're going to be a completely different person. You're going to be making 6 figures from your business. You're going to have a model partner, and your whole life's going to be completely different in 2 months. Not realistic. You can make tangible progress in 3 months. In 3 months, you can make proper, tangible, visible progress where you can record yourself now in 3 months down the line, and you'll see that you're more confident, better conversation skills, stronger, more resilient, tougher, and your life situation's better. In 3 months, you can make clear, decent progress, but not complete transformation. So really, it's a 6 months to 3 year journey. That's if you're really, really, really going for it, committed, and you're accountable. And that's where long-term coaching comes in. If you can stick to a disciplined routine of exercising, working hard on your purpose, keeping your room tidy, practicing gratitude, meditating, turning up every single day, going to socials once or twice a week without fail, looking after your mental health, and building the resilience to challenges that life throws at you, challenges that your own inner demons throw at you. Realistically, it takes 6 months to 3 years with that level of focus to completely change your life. This is what it's took me. And before that, I made a lot of progress by myself, the lone wolf route, but nothing like to the same extent as when I was smart enough and brave enough to say, I do need some help and support. There's certain challenges that I'm struggling with. I want to talk about them. I want to live my best life and get some actual results. I don't mind if I've got to work hard. I don't mind if I've got to graft and suffer. As long as I'm getting results and I'm seeing progress, I'm going to be happy. Suddenly, several years past down the line, I am a different person. My life is different. And I'm guiding other people through the same transformation. And that's part of the reason why I'm doing this video right now. I could feel my ego and fear kicking in, saying that I'm not in the best mood right now to do a YouTube video. My mood and energy, they get better throughout the day. So this is going to be less impactful. This is my excuse making part of my brain talking. And that's why I thought, let's do a video right now. Because I want to get you to dive past, to sidestep, to overcome your own inner resistance. So let's demonstrate that muscle, that move, that martial art technique of stepping past your own inner brick wall. What better way to get you to do that than for me to demonstrate me doing that? This is why I like to continuously challenge myself, because the way I see it is the fresher I am when I'm coaching other people, the more I can truly relate to their current challenges, the more I can help them out. That's what my coaching is about. That's why I do it. Helping people out, giving value. Of course, I get personal growth from my own coaching. Of course, there's that benefit, and the more I grow, the more that I can give. Of course, I enjoy having the level of freedom that I have in my routine, although I choose to live a disciplined life that brings the best out in me. But that is ultimately why I coach, to help people out, improve their lives. Right now, my channel name is Social Anxiety Mastery, because my main target market is people with social anxiety. But of course, when I'm coaching, I'm bringing all my life experience to the table. Lessons I've learned from business, lessons I've learned from martial arts, lessons I've learned from improv comedy, public speaking, running events, coaching others, my own transformation, being coached by one of the best guys in the world. So much that I'm bringing to the table from all areas of my own life. It can be challenging to brand my coaching, but the truth is that I'm a guy that's transformed on a personal level, and I'm helping other people do the same. And I've been interested in personal development, transformation, overcoming fears, all this stuff from a very, very young age, like 12, 13. And I've been constantly overcoming challenges. So I'm bringing a lot of value to the table, and people can really taste that when I'm doing the coaching. I'm a natural at what I do and playing to my strengths. And something that I love to do in my 3 2-hour taster session is identify the strengths in the other person, the person I'm coaching, and point those strengths out. Because a lot of people are completely blind to their own strengths. They focus and hold on to their perceived weaknesses. So, for example, you might think that you're a quiet person, and you might beat yourself up because you're quiet, and you're like, how come all these people are just more talkative than me? How come they're more extroverted? What's wrong with me? But these quiet people don't realize that you can be quiet and confident. And quiet people have a natural process that allows them to go further. And really, what you're doing is you're reading the situation slower than other people, but also more deeply. So as a person that's naturally quiet, that's my default. Although you might not say that these days because I've worked on myself a lot, that is my default. If I'm reading a book, I'm reading it slowly, but also carefully and thoroughly. I'm taking it in. Same in a social group. In any context, I'm taking in the information and processing it so that I completely understand it really, really, really well. And then I'm finding the bravery and strength to act and make my way to the top, be my best self, provide the most value that I possibly can. And that is a natural process that quiet people go through. And it's actually a strength. It allows you to go a lot further because you're processing information a lot deeper than most people. But you might not even realize that. So pointing out other people's strengths really, really helps people out because they learn to trust more in their own natural processes. When people do that, then they see that they can be confident in themselves. They have more ability than they at first realized. So yeah, I'm going to stop this live stream now. I'm going to get the rest of my morning task done. I'm now moving to the exercise part of my day. 5k run, strength training, another 5k run. So I'm pushing myself, making sure that I'm ready and focused for coaching stuff that I've got later on. I'm calling a guy who I'm starting to work with at 2 p.m. I have another call with a guy that I'm going to work with next month, helping him do events later on. Then I've got a taster session this evening. So I'm now going to crack on with the rest of my day. I'm glad that I faced and overcame my own fears and my own ego right now, because they were saying that, oh, now is not the best time to make a YouTube live stream because your energy won't be the best in the morning. And I said, let's do it right now then. You always have to be ready in life, so let's do it when the voices are getting louder. And this is going to give me a lot and give other people some value. So have an awesome rest of your day.